Hello everyone, and welcome back to my video. So today I will be doing part 2 of my Balenciaga Leather Comparison video and review of my Balenciaga Nourishing Cream. First, I wanted to just show you my two bags again to recap what I was talking about in my previous video. I was talking about how different my two bags' leather textures are. I described my Balenciaga City as having a thick, very supple, moisturized feeling leather. Although the leather still has the veining, it's just a little more thicker feeling than my day. So, my day bag, however, even though this bag was also purchased new, it felt much more distressed. It felt very broken in, had tons of more veining. Not sure you could just get a better view of the two bags there, the two leathers, how much more, I would say, there's a sheen on the black. Now the anthracite bag, and you can see the leather is very much more distressed. The bag is more unstructured, whereas this bag, the city, needs to get broken in a little bit more. This bag is already very broken and feeling, very unstructured, super soft. Now, in my previous video, I described the leather on the Balenciaga day bag as more of a papery feeling leather, whereas on the City I described it as a chewy leather. Now, what I meant by that was the leather is definitely thinner feeling, but because when you touch it you can feel the more vintage, the ridges in it, the veining, it gave it a more papery kind of textured feeling, not just a smooth soft leather. That's not what I felt like when I touched it. Even though the leather again is very soft and pliable, I'm talking about the way it feels to touch. Now that brings me to part 2, which is the purpose of this video. When I purchased my City bag, I also purchased the Balenciaga Nourishing Cream. Balenciaga Nourishing Cream. So see, it looks like a very thick cream. It smells like shoe polish, or like some sort of chemicals. It definitely has a scent to it. So there it goes, the Nourishing Cream. Now, I purchased this with my City bag. At the time of purchase, my sales associate informed me that there was no need for me to treat neither of my new bags. He said they don't need to be treated now with this, but if you feel like the bags are becoming dehydrated, at that point you can choose to use the treatment to kind of moisturize your bag. I kind of went against the rule. I decided I wanted to treat the day bag because I wanted to see if I moisturized it using the Nourishing Cream, would I then achieve a little more of a supple feeling leather. So I'm going to talk to you about the process I used. I will read to you directly what it says on the back. This natural polish will help restore the natural transparency and luster of your Balenciaga leather product. Apply evenly with a sponge or cloth. After a few minutes, buff with a soft cotton cloth. Now, I followed the instructions precisely. I used a makeup sponge. This was brand new. I took very little of the product. I worked on one area at a time. I've evenly applied it with the sponge and then using the Balenciaga cloth that came with the nourishing cream. After dried for a moment or two, I then took the cloth and buffed the area where I had just applied the product. One thing I will say, it does have a strong odor, so I was taking a risk treating my bag. I knew I was taking a risk. Even though this product is Balenciaga product, I have heard on the purse forum, people have had bad experiences treating their bags. Now, again, I followed the directions exactly what it says to do, and what I noticed is if you applied too much or if you applied it unevenly, when you went to buff, it would like flake off. So you have to be careful in an application that you apply a very thin, even layer. If you apply too much, it will flake. After you initially apply it, while it's drying for that moment or two, it can also make your bag feel very sticky, which is very scary when you first touch it. The bag did not remain sticky after I buffed it out using the cloth. Everything was fine. As for my results, I found that my bag definitely has more of a sheen to it. The leather feels more moisturized. The bag itself, the color did not change at all, which again, I've heard horror story people saying it altered the color of their bag. But what I will say about the color of the bag is the color appears to be more saturated. It's still the same anthracite color, but that moisture in it now has kind of brought the color out a little more, and the bag color is a little more saturated. It looks a little deeper, which honestly I absolutely love. I had a very pleasant experience using the nourishing cream. I do recommend it. Again, treat your bags at your own risk. But I would say if you follow the directions, again, using a very minimum even amount, I think you should be fine. I love the way my bag turned out so much that I'm actually looking forward to treating it again. Only because it kind of gave me more of the sheen that I have on my city, my black city. The leather feels so much better just to touch. It still is very unstructured. The thickness of the leather can't be altered or changed, but the way the leather feels, the way it looks has definitely improved in my opinion. Another thing I wanted to point out was I am a Louis Vuitton lover. So what I would say is these bags are so different from the Louis Vuitton world in the sense where, and this is something my sales associate also kind of agreed upon and said, my Balenciaga sales associate, when you purchase a Louis Vuitton, say you're buying a Louis Vuitton Speedy, they all are identical, and that is the beauty of Louis Vuitton. You purchase a Louis Vuitton bag and you know your bag is going to be exactly perfect the way they are all made. Whereas when you're purchasing your Balenciaga bag, it's somehow unique. Whether it's the feel of the leather, whether it's the look of the leather, whether it's the amount of veining, if you guys can see how unstructured and soft and smushy, pliable this leather is. This is the beauty of Balenciaga, the fact that each bag has its own character and feels distinct. So I would say keep that in mind when you're shopping for your Balenciaga bags. Keep in mind that the leather can vary tremendously, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and please rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.